Hello, everybody. I had this 1970 Chevy truck sitting out front of the shop, and I did a video on it a few days ago. Told you guys I was going to put another motor in it, engine, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, you guys commented you'd like to see the update videos on that. So here we go with the update video. We got the hood off, got it laying in the back with those boxes on top. The new motor mounts came in them. We got the motor out of it. Got it sitting over here on the floor. I'll show you it in just a minute. When we pulled it out, we did go ahead and put the new throw-up bearing on it. And since we're talking about the truck, this thing was manual brake and manual steering. And 3-speed on the column. How many of you guys have drove a 3-speed on the column? Me personally, I learned how to drive in a 3-speed on the column. A lot of the vehicles back in the day were the 3-speed on the column. Now, some people called them a 3 on the tree. But I think they went away from those 3-speed in the columns somewhere in the 80s, I think. Was the last year it was ever even an option, I think. But since we're standing here talking about it here, this bell housing, the starter bolts into this thing with 1, 2, 3 bolts. The starter just slides in that way and bolts up. And some GMs, the starter comes up from up under the bottom with 2 bolts and bolts on the motor. It don't bolt on the transmission at all. Well, this one bolted on the transmission, does not bolt on the motor at all. Right here is the starter out of it. Like I said, you got 1, 2, 3 bolts. This thing just bolted straight to the bell housing. Slid in and bolted up. With the starter that he got for it, bolts to the motor. And this one was kind of a universal, because it has 3 bolt holes. And the reason it has 3 bolt holes, if I can get it to stand up here, there we go. The reason it's got 3 bolt holes is sometimes your GM uses this bolt and this bolt, and it's called a straight bolt pattern. And then sometimes GM uses this bolt hole and this bolt hole, and it's a staggered bolt pattern. So this is like a universal. It fits on either one. You can use a straight bolt pattern or you can use a staggered bolt pattern. But I've got to talk to the guy on the truck and see if he wants to get a new one like originally what was on the truck, or if he's wanting us to use this one. Let me go over here and show you the motor that came out of it. Got it sitting right over here. And it still had the point type distributor in it, which has got points in here and no electronic ignition at all. It just fires off these points. When the distributor turns, it opens and closes the points and makes it fire. And this one still had the shorty water pump on it. And by shorty water pump, I'm talking about the distance right here. I always called them a shorty water pump because a lot of the other ones are longer and they stick out here further. And that has got center dunk manifolds on it. Kind of curved from the front, curved from the back, meet in the middle and the center, and dunk down. But these ones dunk down and curve back a little. They make some that dunks and come straight down, but these do have the curve on them. I am not sure if it's the factory motor in the truck or if this thing had been replaced before. Since 1970, it is possible it might be the original one, but it's also possible that it could have been changed out as well. And it has the pressure plate on the back of the flywheel that has the 3 fingers. And the throw-up bearing sits on those, and when you mash it, it just mashes those 3 fingers in to release the clutch. Well, what we're putting back in is just a little different, but it's going to work just the same. Let me show you that. Here is what's going back in, and it too, he put the shorty water pump, so all the bracketry belt would line up. And this thing, like I said, was manual brake, manual steering, manual everything. No air conditioner or anything, so we just got one belt. And that belt comes from the crank around the water pump, around the alternator, and that's it. I mean, just a simple setup. Still does have the factory old school bracketry for the alternator. A lot of your GMs has a different alternator, and it's mounted over here, and the bracketry comes off from this side. Let me just show you that right here real quick. There's one right here. A lot of them look like that. Like I said, I got the bracketry here with the alternator sitting on top. And of course this one was power steering pump down there. This was power brake and everything as well. But you got two belts run the power steering pump. Then one belt runs the fan, water pump, ground, the crank, and the alternator. But back over here to this one. Like I said, we got it sitting here ready to go back in the truck. He did not have any motor mounts. New motor mounts is broke, so we got the new motor mounts. Got those put on it. We do have new spark plugs, all of that. We're going to put in after we get it in there. We're still going to clean up the exhaust ports around here, just because they got paint and stuff on them. We'll clean all that paint off around those before we put the manifold gaskets on it. And of course, this one's got an aftermarket Edelbrock intake, chrome valve covers. Like I said, the guy that owns the truck built this motor himself, brought it over here. So I don't know if it's been bored, the cylinders have been bored, if they're not, if it's still a standard bore, if maybe it's got flat top pistons in it, or if it's got suit bow pistons, if it has an oversized cam or a stock cam. I know none of that. I know nothing about it other than he brought it over and said, here, put this in that truck. But if you remember on the other one over there, I showed you on the pressure plate, it had 3 fingers in here. Well, this one's called a diaphragm style, and it does the same job, just throw-up bearing runs right here and pushes the whole diaphragm in instead of just those 3 fingers. Like I said, it's made a little different, but it all works the same. He has bought new flywheel, everything he put on it, flywheel, clutch, pressure plate. Said he put a new pilot bearing in the crank. We did put the new throw-up bearing on the transmission. So we've got this thing about ready to set back in there. I'll come back to you guys another video on it, since several of y'all have asked me to keep you updated on it. But I may try to do, it depends on how busy we are, I may try to do a video as we're putting it in. If not, I'll definitely come back, do you guys a video when we first get it set in there and start getting stuff hooked up on it. And absolutely, I'll come back, do you guys a video on when we fire it up for the first time and hear it run. I'm kind of curious to just see what it sounds like. I'm curious if it's going to be just bone stock or if it's going to have a little oversized cam in it, maybe get a little rumble out of it, but it's going to have to take it and have exhaust put on it as well. Said he had a set of headers for it that he would like to put on, but I think the headers he's got is going to be in the way of our clutch stuff here. Our clutch rod that comes out and goes over and down. There's his old exhaust pipe down there. It was just, it's rotted from there back. The Y pipe was rotted. Actually, it's laying back here in the back of the truck. I'll show you it real quick. We only made one cut coming from the other manifold. The Y pipe came over and went into here, and it had already rotted out, broke off right there. We didn't even cut that at all. And it had just a little bit holding it here. But it's just, it's rotten exhaust, which needs to have new exhaust on it anyway. There's one of the old hoses. He's got new hoses for it. Since we're talking about the new hoses, he's got new manifold gaskets there, new distributor cap, Holley carburetor. He's got a Cadillac breather there for it, but in that box over there is all kinds of new little goodies for it, and heater hoses. He's got new radiator hoses down there, new battery over there, the fluids. Let's see if we can get in this box and see what's in it. It's just all plug wires. Yeah, it's got the plug wires we got to cut and put the tips on. New carburetor gaskets, New spark plugs there. New radiator hoses there. New oil filter. Fuel filter. That's a fuel filter. Don't even go to this. New clamps. The radiator hold downs. And since we're talking about radiator, there's a brand new radiator in this big box right here on the bottom. Needs to put a new gas tank in it. And that big box over there is a new rubber to go around the windshield, because we're going to put a windshield in it as well, because the windshield's all broke up. Let me get back around in the front. So after we do get it started and running, we're going to go ahead and put a new windshield in this thing for him. But like I said, I just want to keep you updated a little bit on it, since I had so many requests to do it, to keep you updated on it. So I'll come back again, guys. Like I said, when we get a little further, do another video. Hope everybody's having a sensational day. And I'll be back again real soon, guys.